This is very true. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Perfect. 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2.
Everybody sound good? Good? Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, come on in. Come on, y'all. Come on, get out of the car.
AJ, so once you see that door open, you can press play on that. Or maybe another.
Hey, Mark?
Yes, sir.
How long is the delay once she hits start?
No, it's a couple seconds.
Couple seconds?
Yeah.
Thank you. Mark, second?
Daryl, you need a little bit more time?
I'm good, buddy. All right.
Good? Good morning, everyone. My name is Justin Mulcahy. I'm a spokesman for the Anne Arundel County Police Department. Joining me today are Anne Arundel County Chief of Police Amal Awad, FBI Baltimore Field Office Special Agent in Charge William J. Del Bagno, FBI Baltimore Special Agent Jonathan Schaefer, and Anne Arundel County Homicide Detective Vincent Carbonero. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today and via our live stream. We're here today to discuss the homicide that occurred back on April 12th, 2015. It's a homicide investigation of the victim, Palak Patel, at the Dunkin' Donuts on Arundel Mills Boulevard in Hanover. Tomorrow marks 10 years since her murder. Palak wed Badresh Kumar Patel in India in 2013. While in India, their marriage flourished. They came to the United States on visas, and Palak remained very close with her family back in India. She believed that their stay in the United States had concluded as their visas had expired, and she had plans to return to India to rejoin her family. However, at that time, Badresh Kumar had no intention of returning to India, which caused friction between the couple. On the night of Sunday, April 12th, 2015, Palak and Badresh Kumar were working at the Dunkin' Donuts that we just mentioned on Arundel Mills Boulevard in Hanover. During their shift at the Dunkin' Donuts, Palak was on the phone with her family planning her return to India. Badresh Kumar became enraged and fatally attacked Palak that night. To evade law enforcement and responsibility for his wife's murder, Badresh Kumar went back to his residence, collected his belongings, left taking a cab to Newark, New Jersey. He stayed the morning at the Best Western in Newark, New Jersey, and was captured on surveillance footage there. At approximately 10 a.m. on April 13th, he checked out of the hotel, boarded a hotel courtesy shuttle, and was dropped off at the Newark Penn Station. He vanished and was not seen since. At this time, I'm going to have the chief come forward to say a few remarks. Chief?
Thank you, Justin. Good morning, everyone. My name is Amal Awad. I serve as Chief of Police for the Anne Arundel County Police Department. I just want to begin by thanking the members of the media joining us today to rather assist us with reaching anyone who has information related to the murder of Palak Patel. The suspect, her husband, as we know, Badresh Kumar Patel, is one of the Federal Bureau of Investigation's 10 most wanted fugitives. And as we approach the 10-year anniversary of the murder of Palak Patel tomorrow, we want to share a glimpse of who she was as a human being in her short time with us on this earth. Palak was young, however, she was mature beyond her 21 years and was personally and professionally driven to build a life and a future with her husband, who would ultimately betray her, taking her life. Although Palak was in the process of pursuing her master's degree in commerce, she absolutely adored children. Her love for children fueled her desire to one day become a teacher and make a difference in the lives of young people. Palak was described as the most caring and kind person by all who knew and loved her. She also dreamed of becoming a mother and one day having children of her own to love, to nurture, and to rear. She was known by her coworkers as a hard worker who committed to working long 12-hour shifts 7 days a week at the Dunkin' Donuts. They too described her as kind and sweet in her interactions with them and with customers who visited and patronized the business. A faithful and dedicated daughter, Palak assumed much responsibility caring and providing for her family, both here in the United States and back home in India. She had tremendous love for her family, her mother, her father, and her brother, all back home in India. Just 3 weeks prior to her brutal and gruesome murder, her family traveled from India to the United States to visit with her. One thing that was evident to her family, Palak was extremely homesick and wanted to return home. Both she and her husband's visas had expired recently, and she was ready to return to India. However, her husband adamantly expressed no interest to return. Palak should have felt safe with her husband, who worked the night shift alongside her. But on that fateful night, on April 12, 2015, in a harrowing moment of rage, that veil of safety quickly turned into an evil, murderous attack at the hands of her husband, the one who was supposed to love her and protect her. Every dream, every aspiration Palak envisioned for herself and her family and her future were shattered in that instant. A beautiful life stolen, a woman violently beaten and murdered in one of the most heinous, gruesome acts of domestic violence. Everything was taken from Palak and her family in that moment. However, her light will continue to shine brightly as we remain focused on this case in particular, hopeful to one day bring some semblance of closure and peace to her family. Over the past 10 years, through our partnership with the FBI's Baltimore field office, we've worked tirelessly to locate Palak Patel. Our detectives' collaborative investigative efforts have filled in some of the gaps, yet this unprovoked attack has left us with so many unanswered questions, and we're hoping that someone out there knows something and will come forward and help us. Our focus is not only on locating Palak's killer, but also understanding the circumstances that led to her tragic murder. Palak's strong bond with her family was unwavering, and they've been left devastated and heartbroken. Our investigators maintain frequent contact with her family to ensure they remain updated on this case. And her families provided substantial support throughout this investigation, and we thank them. Palak was a thriving member of our community, and we will not give up on our search for her killer, nor will we give up on our pursuit for justice for Palak. We'd also like to thank our FBI partners who steadfastly assisted us from the very beginning of this case. The FBI's expansive reach continues to enhance our ability to utilize federal resources beyond jurisdictional boundaries. So again, we thank you for your continued partnership. Today, we are urging our community to help us locate Palak Patel and to share this message on every social media platform available to you. As long as Palak Patel remains free, continuing to elude law enforcement, no intimate partner involved with this evil degenerate will be safe until he's taken into custody and brought to justice. At this point, I thank you, and I'll turn the microphone over to the SAC of the Baltimore Field Office, William Del Bagno.
Thank you, Chief Alwood, and thank you for members of the media being here to spread this story for us. I'm Bill Del Bagno. I'm the special agent in charge of the FBI Baltimore Field Office. 10 years ago, we began a joint effort with Anne Arundel County Police to resolve this case and to bring justice for Palak. We have never let up, nor have we given up hope that we will find Bhadresh Kumar so that justice will prevail. We know our work is not complete. We will continue down that road for Palak and for those who loved her. In 2017, Bhadresh Kumar Patel was placed on the FBI's top most wanted fugitives list. There is a $250,000 reward for information that leads to his arrest. The FBI has received numerous tips from the community. All of those tips have been investigated. We thank the community for that information that they provided so far, and we encourage you to continue to provide information. I'd also like to thank Anne Arundel County Police Department for their strong partnership and the dedication that they've given to this case. The FBI pledges to keep doing all we can to bring justice for Palak. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So you may be wondering how you can help in a situation like this. In this investigation, there are going to be some missing pieces. However, we know that you can help to provide those and fill things in for investigators. We hope to put together a more complete picture of what happened as we seek justice for Palak. We're appealing to everyone who may have had interactions or relationships with Palak and/or Bhadresh Kumar, whether you interacted with them at that Dunkin' Donuts, local food establishments, or anywhere in the Hanover area. We're asking you to contact investigators and come forward with information. Even if you think the information is insignificant, or you may have previously provided that information, it could be useful for our investigators moving forward. Let us make that determination. For those who previously provided information, as we've said, thank you so much. We ask you to continue to do so. Anyone with information about Palak Patel or Bhadresh Kumar Patel should contact investigators at the Anne Arundel County Police Department tip line. That number is 410-222-4731. You can also remain anonymous by contacting the tip line at 410-222-4700. You can also contact the FBI with information at 1-800-CALL-FBI or at tips.fbi.gov. Thank you, and we'll open up for any questions from members of the media. Alex?
Two questions. Number one, it was described as a fatal attack, a vicious beating. What was the method of the homicide here?
I would describe it as a violent attack, a stabbing with an edged weapon. A very violent attack.
And then second question, which is slightly different, but obviously 10 years have passed. The suspect has ties to India as well. As I understand it from what you all said, do you all believe that he is still in the country or that he has fled abroad?
We don't have evidence that, that he left the country, so we're certainly not ruling anything out, but that's why we're here today. We're trying to seek information for the public. Anybody who may know what happened after that last known sighting, we want to hear from them. We don't have any evidence that he left the country, but again, we're just certainly not ruling anything out at this juncture. Go ahead, Jeff.
In this day and age with electronics and such that can be tracked, if he's still in the country and he's still alive, is he getting help from someone else? Is it possible to just disappear off the radar with all the technology that law enforcement has at their disposal?
Yeah, what I can say is we're going to use every investigative technique and tool and resource available to us to locate him. to hunt this man down, and we haven't stopped. And we're not going to rule that out, potentially that somebody is assisting or harboring, but that's why we're asking for information. Anybody with anything, potential sightings, anybody who may know something or heard something, or just even a conversation a decade ago. Here's what we know, Jeff. Things change over a decade, right? So relationships change, people mature, people decide, you know what, I want to come forward, I'm a changed person. I don't feel comfortable sitting on this information that I had years ago. Maybe 10 years ago I had some fears. We just want folks to know we're here to assist. We'll take any information, and we don't care what the motivation for that information is.
And one
Go ahead.
follow-up.
Yep.
Did he have family or friends in the New Jersey area?
So we've been in contact with family members from Palak and Badreshkumar, and they've been cooperative throughout the investigation. I can tell you specifically Palak's family is heartbroken. She was extremely close to her family, and they've continued to cooperate and been in contact with us.
In the New Jersey area?
Not specific area, no. We've been in contact with her family. They're out of the country.
Is it possible that there's a second suspect in connection with this?
I mean, we don't have any evidence of that at this time, yeah. This is the individual that we're looking for in this homicide investigation we feel is responsible for the crime.
Can you talk about how investigations and the techniques that you're able to use evolve with time? I mean, like you said, 10 years tomorrow will have passed since this happened. How does that limit investigators? What can be done in that situation?
Yeah, so I'll probably refrain, Alex, from getting into specific techniques, but we're going to use what's at our disposal. And you're right, things have advanced from a technological standpoint, so we're certainly going to utilize the advancements in technology over the last decade. Is it challenging when there's a decade? Potentially, but we see opportunities more than the challenges in the sense that, we're still seeking this individual. There's a $250,000 reward. Sometimes people are motivated for different reasons. There could be financial motivations to come forward with information. So given the technological advances, given where we're at, we feel that there's always opportunities. And so we're optimistic that this case can be solved so we can seek justice for Palak and her family. Go ahead, Megan.
What sort of challenges have investigators over the years run into? Can you elaborate?
Well, I think just the time itself becomes challenging. Anytime you're investigating something over this many years, that's why we're still seeking information. That's why we're trying to bring it to the forefront to generate interest. We've gotten hundreds of tips through the years about possible sightings and whereabouts, and we followed up on those, and they did not pan out. But we still want people to know. We want to hear from you. Bring that information forward. Anything that you have, we certainly want to hear from you. So, as I said, we see this as an opportunity. This is about Palak. Today is about Palak, her life, the life that she lived, the impact in the community. As you heard the chief say, she was an aspiring teacher. She wanted to have children. She was really connected and a sweet, loving person. So we've said a lot through the years about Badreshkumar, because obviously we're looking for him and there's a reward, and he committed a horrific crime, but we want people to see Palak. Our hope is they see her face, some of these beautiful pictures of a life taken too soon, and it really conjures up something inside them, says, I need to go forward to law enforcement and bring this information to them.
The suspect would be 34 today?
That's correct. He was 24 at the time. She was 21 at the time.